Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, Today we're going to look at the chart for Bob Saget, who is an actor, comedian, director. Passed away in 2021, January of 2021, unexpectedly. If we look to the eastern horizon using transformational Vedic astrology, using the sidereal zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Scorpio rising at 2 degrees, almost 3 degrees in the first house. And so this person, they have Scorpio rising at 3 degrees, basically. Any planets that are within 5 degrees of that, like Sun, like Jupiter, um, and Saturn, have a lot of impact in the chart. And then we give multicorna signs precedence, and multicorna signs, most of the planets except for Sun and Moon rule 2 signs, and one of those signs happens to be the multicorna sign, which we give precedence to in terms of analyzing a chart. So for example, Venus rules Taurus and Libra, the 7th sign. And Venus is all about relationships, and so is Libra. So Libra becomes, or Venus becomes, Libra becomes the multicorna sign for Venus. So like that. And so whenever I'm talking about these multicorna signs, they are the quickest way to get to the heart of a chart. They're the keys to the chart. Now, any multicorna sign, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11, that you see in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th, the Dusthana challenging houses, they act like functional malefics. They can cause some challenge, either in the birth chart or the transit chart when they come in within 5 degrees of another planet, or the most effective point of every house, which is this 3-degree rising. Now, so in this chart we have Mars ruled by, Aries ruled by Mars. So Mars becomes a functional malefic, and we have Libra ruled by Venus in the 12th house. So it becomes functional malefic along with Rahu and K2. So let's see where the multicorna signs fall, because they indicate what this person came to learn about in this lifetime. So we have Sagittarius, the 9th sign, ruled by Jupiter in the 2nd house. 2nd house has to do with wealth and fame, and stability in the marriage. Then we have the 11th sign, Aquarius, ruled by Saturn in the house of happiness and home life, working on that. Then you have Mars ruling Aries in the 6th sign, working on health, healing, conflicts, things like that, delays, setbacks. Then you have the 4th sign of Cancer, ruled by Moon in the 9th house, working on belief systems, morals, good fortune, things like that. Then you have the 5th sign, Leo, ruled by Sun in the 10th house, working on career and reputation. And then we have the 6th sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury in the house of income, learning about how to create an income, learning about social connections, and fulfilling desires. Then you have the 7th sign of Libra, ruled by Venus in the 12th house. 12th house has to do with being detached, taking on different roles. So let's see how these, what the planets, how they're functioning, and then we'll see when they're functioning at different times in the life, during different planetary periods, and what we could do to strengthen the chart. So Sun is any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 degrees is said to be an infant state, or over 25 is old age. So infants and older people have trouble protecting and promoting their own significations. So Sun is a little bit weak, less than 5 degrees, close to the most effective point, so it has a lot of impact. and it's ruling the house of career. So it says that you can have a career through where the sun is sitting, partnerships, and the indicators for sun. So leadership abilities, organizational abilities. Now, when you have a weaker sun, it can mean that there's not much time with the father. Father died early, and he was very busy, so this led to a tougher childhood in some ways. And the father died of a heart attack, actually. So the son will explain everything you need to know about a father, and the story about the father, and the moon tells the story about the mother. So so there was heart issues in the family. And then moon is ruling the house of good fortune and morality, and it's placed in the career house. Moon itself is public, so his career has something to do with belief systems and performing for the public. And then Mars, we know that that can cause some challenges. It is ruling the house of healing, and it's placed in the house of fine arts, performing arts, and healing arts. And Mars itself gives courage, ambition, will, and passion. So his success in performing arts come through this courage and this ability to heal other people. His whole purpose is to make people laugh. So, as a comedian. And Mars is inflammation. So there is this scleroderma in the family. I think his sisters might have died from it. And he is the one of the on the board of the Foundation for Research into Cures for Scleroderma. Uh, Mercury is at 15 degrees. It's afflicted by K2. So that means it's controversial speech having to do with. So income comes through controversial speech, unexpected speech in partnerships. So, comedian, he has an agent, he has people that he works with. He was the long time dad on Full House, and then he had the funniest home video show as well. And so these were controversial. And his type of comedy is very salty, sexy jokes. So again, a little bit of K2 afflicting Mercury, a little bit of controversial speech. Then we have Jupiter, and it's in old age, and it is ruling the house of wealth, fame, and stability in the marriage, placed in the house of morality. So it says that his wealth comes through these, again, outside the norm of society, these salty jokes. And there was some weight issues. Jupiter's associated with weight, and some stability in the marriage. He had a divorce. Then we have Venus. Again, it is functional malefic. It is ruling the house of endings and detachment, placed in the house of research. So it says that he can take on this different role from his normal personality in order to make people laugh and research his acting parts and his jokes that work. So connecting all of those things. Now, Venus also represents wife. Jupiter represents children as well. So Saturn is ruling the house of happiness and is placed in the house of life purpose. So his life purpose is connecting to making other people laugh and serving other people, planet service. And also it has to do with longevity. So he died younger than He should have, ideally. Now, Rahu and K2, they are always balancing each other. Rahu is, it's in this case, first house, seventh house, it's balancing his personal needs with the needs of his partners. So he's learning about that. And it gives him insights into partnerships so that he can make jokes about those. And desire to be famous and make a name for himself. Now, let's look and see at the timing of events. So in 1978, he had an appendix issue and almost died during a Saturn period. Saturn, again, is longevity. And he's had a lot of tragic experiences, like Robin Williams, one of his best friends, committing suicide, and other of his friends dying, and his sisters died. So these were very traumatic. His dad died when he was young. In 1983, he got married during a Rahu period. So Rahu is aspecting marriage house. So desire to get married. Then we have in 87, his wife almost died during childbirth. I think it was the third child during a Saturn period. So there was an issue where the family could have had some issues. And longevity connected with that. Again, 87 to 95 was peak of his acting career, Full House, and then America's Funniest Home Videos during a moon period. So moon, again, good fortune. Part of, sitting in the career house. Then we have got a divorce in 97. So that's during a Venus period. Venus is ruling the house of endings, and Venus also represents wife. Then in 2018, he got remarried in a Saturn period, again, creating a family here. And then in January, he got COVID, and then he died on the 9th of January. Now, the cause of death has not been reported, but just looking at the chart, we can tell some things. We know that there's heart issues in the family, and then Sun is weak. Sun represents heart. So on the day of his death, we see that K2, causing unexpected events in the first house of the body, is afflicting Saturn at the exact degree. Saturn is longevity and happiness in the house of the body, so and causing end of life. Then we also have Venus being malefic, afflicting Sun, which is heart, so causing end of the heart. So these are the timing of events. And if you want to see what could be done to strengthen the chart, it's transforming all the malefics. So Venus helping women, which he did. Mars helping veterans, which he did. And then we have K2 helping spiritual organizations, which is very involved in the Jewish religion. Then we have Rahu helping those who cannot help themselves. This is being on the board for the research for the Scleroderma Foundation. And then we want to strengthen the other planets, Jupiter, and then we want to strengthen Mercury and Sun and Saturn by either wearing the gemstones representing those planets, wearing the colors associated with their planets, or a very simple way is a pendant called the kavash, a locket containing the Devata yantras for Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, and Moon. So that's a very simple way to do that. You can see these kavashes on our website, vastucreations.com, and order them. And you can also get you can see this, that this is a very accurate type of transformational Vedic astrology. And if you want to get a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com, or you can learn and get certified to help your friends and family, as well as making it a career if you wish, also at vastucreations.com under courses. Thank you so much for listening, and join us next week as we look at another personality.